Well, hello and hi there. Thank you for tuning in to my show to just hear what little old me has to say today. Today is a beautiful day. I'm gonna say today is a beautiful day because I think beauty, therefore I am. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the topic that I chose today, because I am just gonna vent, is to be nice, the foolishness of life or the foolishness of this world, aka the fuckery of this world. What do you do? What do you do when all of the trials and tribulations are coming at you back to back to back? I mean, how do you handle such a thing? Uh, do you go to your support system? Do you even have a support system? Do you go to your church, your community leaders? I mean, who do you go to? Do you go to your mother, your dad, your lover, your friend, your who? What do you do when it seems like everything is against you? Yet there is no, and it seems like that there is no hope in sight. Um, oh, excuse me. I find myself thinking about these things because I am as I call myself, I am a professional thinker. I like to be provoked into thinking, provoked into thought, because there's a lot of things going on around here that doesn't make sense. I am coming to the understanding, even though I heard this scripture in Ephesians, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against wickedness, spiritual wickedness in high places. But that is reality. It really is. Meaning that you may be into it with this person, or disliked by this person or that person, or those negative energies are coming through people, but it's not the people. You hear that? You understand that? The negative energies and the negative dispositions and the negative actions that come through people is really not the people, but it is rather that spirit or that energy that is operating within that vessel, because we're all just vessels being used by something. So what do you do when you find this support system or the like thereof? You remember David encouraged himself. Now you remember David in the Bible, and based on that, I don't have my Bible, but I'm just gonna freestyle with it. I'm not gonna misinterpret it though. I wouldn't dare do that because I love the word. The word is amazing. After you get the realness out of the truth, you have to dissect it, of course. It's like a beautiful treasure hunt. Once you find your treasure, you never let it go. But David had to encourage himself. He is one of the prime examples that I can use for you today. Just like we treat each other today, or that we've been taught this way, or treated this way in some time of our life. Remember how you're so ace cool boom with your brothers or your homies, and everything is all good as long as everything is all good. But as soon that's just like your preacher. I can use a pastor for an example. People establish his height. People put this man up on a pedestal, and not if, but when he shows sign that he's a human just like everybody else, then you're ready to crucify him and stone him, and tear his character apart and all those other things, when we are to study the word to show ourselves approved. And not to say that it's going to make you perfect, but I think what it will do is to direct your attention on yourself, so that you would not misjudge anyone else. Because if you're so busy keeping your own house in order, then you don't have time to criticize and dissect my life. But his friends, his community, his people who he had really showed love to, because David was an awesome person. Remember, David was the man after the Most High's own heart. Now, that is amazing. That is indeed an amazing title to be known as the man after the Creator's own heart. I mean, wow. So he had those characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Where when he was with them and everything was all good, everybody exalted him and lifted him up. But when things happened to no fault, of his own, they completely turned against him to the point where they were ready to kill this man. And he didn't have a support system. You remember David? He didn't have a support system. The very people who put him in position was the very same people who was ready to kill him in that position because of sinfulness. So he had to go to the Creator himself. He didn't have his brothers and sisters to intercede for him like I'm sure they normally did. They were all plotting against him. So imagine that. And I can relate to that. I can relate to feeling like you're just totally helpless and totally alone. Even though you may have a whole nation right there in the midst of you, you're still all alone. So I can understand and relate that to my brother David. But he didn't give up. He did not give up and claim defeat even in the midst of obviously was horrific times, man. How can you lift your head up through that? But he's still being a soldier that he is. He went and pressed on forward anyway, and he said, all right, y'all don't want to pray for me, and y'all don't forget that we brothers, then I'm going to go to my father myself, and he's going to bring me through this. And it brought him through that is exactly what he did. And so when he brought him through that, those same soothsayers and condemners were the same ones who had to acknowledge, and they were even ashamed. I'm sure they couldn't even make eye contact with him. But I believe that the power and the love probably was so strong that when David got back his victory, they had to humble themselves and apologize to this man, because he was the same guy who they're brothers, and they fought in wars and laughed and everything, and they had to give him his props. He demanded it. He didn't have to say a word. He demanded it by him being and having the favor of the Most High. So what I'm saying all of that, and I'm using that example of that story as an illustration of how people are the same. There's nothing new under the face of the earth, nor will there be. So it's not what your situation or circumstance calls you. It really not. It's really, really, really not. But it has everything to do with your position in that thing and how you respond to it. It's hard, but I'm not going to say I learned it. I'm saying I am learning that because I'm constantly on a level in a road to continuously learn, because that's what I'm on. But when you see things are setting up to form against you, you have to brace yourself, apply a higher thing, which is your secret, your weapon of choice. And the reason why I say weapon of choice now is because we've been taught so many lies. You really don't know what is the origin of your spirituality. You really don't know. You only know what you're allowed to understand and what you're allowed to, whatever the Most High allows to come, within your path. That's it. And even in a lifetime, you'll never, in any amounts of lifetime, you'll never fully conceive the notion of a spiritual being that is a God. But then we also know that God is a man's term. So that is even more proof that you don't know the true essence of your original being in your spirituality. You don't know that. You're just, because the quote unquote spirituality that we have, that we've been taught and force fed, was passed down to us, from generation to generation to generation, man. And that all of that is only a foundation to, I guess, to get your attention that there's something greater than what you're facing right now in the flesh. That's the only thing that is served for in the tense that it was given to you in. So if Christianity and the religion of Christianity, and you getting to know God through Christianity, and that was given to you not out of love by your mother or your dad, but by someone who hated you, hated everything about you, but to totally control you, they force fed this to you, and you have perfected it to your own demise. You know what I'm saying? So we're not talking about the systematic Christianity, but we're talking about the creator of everything. We're not talking about anything that was created. We're talking about the creator. So knowing that the creator is creator over everything and everything, he says that greater is he that is in you, or greater is he that is in me than he that is in this world. So something greater has to be on me than the wickedness and the foolishness and all the BS that I have to deal with in this world. So that means that I have everything already on the inside of me. I have everything already on the inside of me. Don't you know that you have everything on the inside of you? You do. You might have to bring back to your remembrance what it is, because everything has been so shitted on. Let's just be real. Everything is just foul now. So in order to get somewhere near any type of spiritual clarity about what is real and what is not real, you have to get ready to take a spiritual journey, even if it means you're going to walk it alone. So you can be with tens of thousands of people, but you still have to have that personal, secret relationship that you can go to instantly without a shadow of a doubt. And you have to know that that thing will indeed come to pass. I don't mean to ramble. I just felt in my spirit. Excuse me. I need to drink something. I just felt it so strong in my spirit because I be talking to different people, and the story and the things is always the same. They're being fought against in some type of unfair way, and you can have like Jesus or Yahushua would say, it is given unto you as you believe. So what do you believe? What do I believe? It's time to really know what you believe, walk out on your faith, and make it do what it do. And that's the realest that you can be, because to your knowledge, to my knowledge, I only have one life. Yeah, I hear different people talking about the reincarnation and all those things like that, but I don't know anything about that. I have to deal with what I've been taught and what I've been revealed to me right now. So right now, this life tells me that although I'm going to make mistakes, I might as well enjoy this little piece of life while I got it. So I'm encouraging you that in spite of all the negative things you could ever go through, that in spite of all of the negative lies that people could speak on you and think about you, you are greater than all those things, honey. Negative bullshit in your life is not the thing that validates you, but it is what that has already been written, honey, before we was even formed. That is the only thing that really matters. And it says that we are intricately and beautifully created. So I will live in that today and every day. And I hope that you can find it in your spirit to build your spiritual man. Don't worry about as much the fleshly thing, because that thing is going to leave you. But the spiritual man, you need to know without a shadow of a doubt that come hell or high water, you are good, honey. That's how we need to be. So I thank you. I appreciate your comments. If you say anything, I appreciate it. I ask that you like and subscribe my channel. I will talk to you another time. Bye.